thought maybe it was just an accident or something. He just kept saying he was Jesus Christ and he's going to save all of us and that, but we have to get, he used the N-word, meaning the black people in that. He said we need to get them out the door.
The driver ends up being this 6'4", 300-pound, huge guy. Then he turns to this woman that tried to come and help and starts to physically hurt her, got her in a bear hug, was choking her. And then all this, after I finished the interview, reporters from other stations came up to him and said, of course, can we talk to you? This guy is the most charismatic dude ever. Like, he's going to talk to everyone. He wants everyone to see him. For whatever reason, he said, nope, I'm not talking to anyone else, and left. And when that happened, I knew, holy shit, we got something really special now, because we're going to be the only one with this interview.
When you look at a story, any story, if you're going to tell a story, you need a villain. You need an unlikely character. You need an amazing scenario. And you need someone in distress. And this had all of that.
Yeah, it's fucking gnarly, man. Holy shit. It's like the biggest wave I've ever ridden in my life.
We knew we had gold on our hands.
That night, I decided that I wanted the world to see the entire interview, the 6+ minutes of interview, because up until this point, people had only been able to see the minute and a half piece that I put on the news. So I put it on YouTube, I clicked upload,
next morning, and my world was different. It was a game changer in my life, for sure, just up and up. I had my own YouTube channel, and I had about 20 followers, and I put it up when I got home, and I looked at it that night, and was like, oh, it's gotten about 20 hits. That's nice. It's average. Cool. Joseph told me the next day, Terry, dude. It's like, yeah, Joseph, oh gosh. It's like, have you seen your videos? Oh, yeah, it's still good. I think it was about 20 or 30 people. I mean, I thought it was good. It's like, dude, it's at like 500,000. I knew that day the tie that Maria Chekhov was born. Every time you would refresh, there would be someone else that would take the video and repost it. And that had tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. So it was just literally like a snowball that rolled and rolled, and the internet just there's dozens and dozens of different audio tones and different songs. It was insane. I mean, the memes, I mean, give me a break. That guy was a walking meme. He might have started memes. When I saw Steven Colbert do his skits, I didn't want to go very much until then, and everybody was just the end of the show. For the first time in human history, people were saying, boy, we sure are lucky that homeless hitchhiker was carrying hatchets. Equal ratings. Equal ratings because he was fresh and he was interesting. People like him, and ratings equal more. So everyone was wanting a piece of him to jump on the high train, as it were. He was from Canada in 2013 as an interest researcher. So we're here to help you show Jim. My job is to find interesting stories or interesting clips and bring them to a person or email them to Jimmy or to track them in Jim's voice. And then I try to find that person and get them on within 36 hours. First of all, we can hear things that are fun. Especially
filming a rainbow, and as he's filming it, a second rainbow begins.
Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Woo!
And at that point, it only had tens of thousands of views. And then once we got him on the show, it went up over 45 million.
Were you or were you not ingesting or inhaling some sort of illegal substance when you made that?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I was completely sober in that video.
The first time I saw the video of Kai, it was intoxicating. Not to mention that he did generally help two human beings who were in peril. It was brilliant. And we went to rehearsal, and I believe I was told almost immediately, we'd like you to see if you can find that gentleman.
Hey, buddy. Good boy. Of course, everybody wants to be famous, but who has that it factor? Like, what is that thing that is just so mesmerizing that you can't take your eyes off of somebody that is like...
One of the biggest shows that I had the privilege of working on was Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Don't miss the season premiere of The Kardashians.
I think the appeal with
Most people that are heroes are not homeless people. This was somebody that came from a different walk of life that could just open up new audiences and expose people to a different world that they had never seen. And there was something funny about him, and kind of cute and sweet and innocent.
If anybody's watching this somewhere else and they got a mini mile that they could lend a guy with a wet seat, I'd love to test out Mavericks.
He has that it factor, so I want to find him. Except, how do you find someone that's homeless? Where to start, right? I mean, wow. My first move was going onto Facebook, and Kai had a profile, so I added him and sent him a message that, I wanted to find him, and I was at this production company.
What's step one? I don't know. And that's when I called the Fresno affiliate that aired the clip. I speak to Jessup. It's like, well, how do I get in touch with this guy? And Jessup, you can't. Jessup was the gatekeeper.
Everyone around the world wanted a piece of this kid. At one point, I remember deleting my emails. 6 minutes later, 6 minutes, I had like 124 emails from people in Japan, Australia, East Coast, West Coast, all the different talk shows you could imagine. I knew they wanted to talk to him. I knew they wanted to be the first person to tell his story. But I also knew I was the only one with his email. So I sent him a message, and I just told him, look, there's all these people that want to literally make him rich and famous, but I wanted to be the first one before all these opportunities. And I wanted to tell him about all these opportunities in an honest, fair way. Subject, blowing up. Hey bro, we'd love to do an interview with you about all the craziness going on around the internet and the world about you. The people want to hear from you, and we'd love to be the one that brings it to them. Hope all is good. Stay safe. Everybody was trying to get a hold of him, and this was a manhunt. As this thing is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I knew that I had to talk to him again. I had to figure out more about him. I had to tell his story. Finally, he used someone's phone at a gas station and called me. I was super stoked. And then I said, I'm like, where are you? When can we come and talk to you? And he said something like, oh, well, I'm up in Stockton. And even my boss said, do whatever you have to do. Get the kid a hotel room. Keep him somewhere so we can talk to him.
Anytime you're on the road and you're getting ready to interview somebody, you get excited. But I think this was a little bit more excitement because this is a guy that has gone viral, that everybody wants a piece of, but nobody could get a hold of him except for one person in the entire world. And that was Jessup.
The entire drive there, I was talking to different people, doing different interviews. It's non-stop. They're trying to get him. And I'm telling people now, I'm going to talk to him. They want to know where? I'm not telling them.
We were driving up to the hotel, and I'm turning the corner, and I turned to Jessica, was like, isn't that Kai? Jessica was like,
There he is. Turn around. Let's go. We're getting him.
Yeah, let's do this in 3. Look who it is. We finally caught up with him. It is the world sensation, everybody's friend, and pretty much a world hero. It's Kai. Kai, let me tell you this real quick. You're like Batman, except for you don't have the bat signal. You know, the Batman obviously has the spotlight.
And I'm not a filthy rich spoiled fuck who looks down on you.
I think the biggest difference between seeing him in the viral video and being around him in person was that he was a loose cannon. I felt like his energy was just a little bit crazy. You know, like he just had some weird energy around him that was like you didn't know what he was gonna do next.
You can believe that, right? The first one, okay.
He has such an endearing quality. There's so much charisma. I mean, I don't know if I've ever met someone that has as much charisma as this guy.
This right here is one of my friends. Her name's Joan Suet. Now on Saturday here, some of these policy enforcers up on over in this is Stockton. They came on up with her with a gun. Like they pulled a gun on her. That to me is fucking ridiculous. That is a vulgar display of power, and not in a way that I think Phil Anselmo would appreciate.
He would fill a cart from a local store with goods and steal it, but then he would go outside and give it all away to people that needed it. So it's like, well, shit. I don't even know how to look at that.
How did it make you feel, though, being this viral sensation, being everyone's hero right now, Kai?
I'm not a virus. Are you kidding me? Shit, I'm a sensation. I'm Kai.
We did the interview first, and then we need what's called B-roll. So, what do you think would be a good shot of you? And he said, there's a music shop over here. I can grab one of the guitars and play you guys a song. We're like, sweet.
So, here's one I wrote.
He plays this song, and it was phenomenal.
Shining light of light in your eyes. You're the sunset that brings the twilight. Soft voice kisses, forlorn mistakes. Soft voice kisses, well-worn dresses that you read.
Performed well, sung well. The guitar playing was great. He even like performs it. You know, he like at one point the song says something like, you know, take back your hood, and he like throws his bandana off. You know, at the perfect time.
Pull back my hood and kiss me real good. And just move a little bit closer and pull back you do. And just move. We'll feel this groove with the loving that we do. We'll feel this groove with the loving that we do.
He's a great performer, and he's talented as heck.
Wow, this is another, aspect of this guy that's pretty incredible. He's willing to be a hero in a dangerous situation. And he's also a really good musician.
How do you know this guy? The internet, man. He hit some guy with an axe in the head.
He didn't know the scope of it at that point about how, big his story had become. He was starting to see it for sure because, people were already recognizing him and asking for pictures and autographs and stuff like that.
How'd you get here?
Hitchhiked. Yeah, bro.
Hope you still have the hatchet.
No, I don't. They took it from me.
Well, we need to get you a new hatchet, sir.
So we finished up filming, and then I said, "You want to eat?" He says, "Yeah, I'll come in and eat." I just started laying out the options that he had. Everyone from East Coast to West Coast, then Jimmy Kimmel, and the freaking Kardashian producers want to give him his own show.
Kai, he's trying to say you're famous now. And you can see, the lights kind of click on in Kai's head, whoa, I'm famous, what?
I mean, there is no bigger brand than the Kardashians. I could turn around and throw a dart and approach anybody and entice them to want to be a reality star.
He could be rich and famous and do anything he wants if he wants it. There were these comment cards on the table, and they had a little golf pencil with them.
Facebook Live.
And he's just kind of playing with the pencil as I'm talking to him, like, Kai, are you listening to me? Listen to all these things I'm telling you. This is unbelievable. You could be an overnight millionaire.
The cameras over here.
just continues to put out this pencil. He's like, yeah.
And the score thing is there.
So I kind of just want to go to the Bay Area and smoke
Oh,
weed.
nice.
All the things in the world
Oh,
on one
that's
side,
cool.
smoke weed
And
on
how
the
you
Bay Area on the other side. So
how
this is
you
the
put the
fork in
score?
road we've come to with Kai.
And there,
And all
let
of a
me see.
sudden he picks it up,
No, not
throws
here.
it, spins around, falls.
I'm trying to see. That's what I'm trying to
It
figure.
could be here.
You hold you hold this one?
Are you kidding me right now? Wait a second. You're telling me that he is not going to meet with us because he spun some pencil? I mean, you have to think if you're Kai, like...
He could be rich and famous and do anything he wants if he wants it. There were these comment cards on the table, and they had like a little golf pencil with them. And he's just kind of playing with the pencil as I'm talking to him. Like, Kai, are you listening to me? Like, listen to all these things I'm telling you. This is unbelievable. You could be an overnight millionaire.
Is intoxicated.
First thing he does is he sees some guy who looked like he, quote-unquote, had less than he did. He takes the backpack off his back, and he gave him the backpack. You know, I thought, like, wow, okay, that's pretty good.
Kimmel's going to do his thing. That'll just be a one-off. What we need to make sure that we do before anybody else in Hollywood can get their grubby hands on him, here's the contract, sign here. And I remember that he signed it in hieroglyphics. It took him 10 minutes to sign his name, and it was just gibberish. I don't know how else to describe it. It was like a cave drawing. That was his signature agreeing to be on the show. So theoretically, I guess we had our deal, mission accomplished.
We weren't really sure exactly what the show was going to be, but I think what people saw at my company was that Kai could be a gateway into a world that we never saw. Homeless people living happily on the streets.
The show would be batshit crazy. I know that. If Kai is like the lead man, it's going to be nuts. I remember telling her, look, get ready. This is not easy. He's a great guy and he's a crazy guy, but it's not unicorns and rainbows when you hang out with this guy. It is exhausting. It's hard. So just be ready. And if you need me, call me. Whatever I can do, you know, give me the phone and I'll talk to him if there's anything going on.
It's 8 o'clock, and I'm standing outside the Roosevelt Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard. Lisa pulls up with Kai, and I see Lisa for the first time, and I see Kai for the first time. And Lisa looks down and she says, can you watch me for a minute? I'm going to go valet the car, which is just straight around the corner. And I say, no problem. And Kai, he gets out of the car, and it's me and him on Hollywood Boulevard after all these days, and people are recognizing him almost immediately. People are driving by.
don't know
Jimmy
if the car
Kimmel,
can
bro.
hold your weight, Kyle. All right, there we go.
Oh, keep your eye on the road, man. Keep your eye on the road.
Well, welcome, Kai. Welcome. How are you?
Excellent. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I had very little confidence it would go well for him. But man, I was rooting for him.
They describe you in the video as homeless hitchhiker, but you don't like to use the word homeless.
Home free.
Home
It's
free.
the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You don't want to have a home, correct?
What the hell are you talking about? I am home.
Yeah, I see. So anywhere you are is your home. That's your philosophy?
Jimmy handled it so well because Kai had